I made a new routine, and I had a new reward, and presto, I don't hit snooze anymore. Hi, I'm Heather Kerwin, and we are Habit Maker Mama, delivering you a better start to your day through joyfully building better habits straight to your door. So today we're going to be chatting about how to never hit snooze again. If you start to employ the tactics that I teach, you can stop hitting snooze. I promise you can do it. It just takes a little bit of effort, but not that much. So just stick with me. Why do you not want to hit the snooze button? Because trust me, that warm bed can feel so warm and so cozy sometimes. You might think, I like my snooze button. Well, here's why. There is almost nothing better than alone time. That time before anybody else wakes up, that time before you're being called to do 100 different tasks, that time before you're dropping the kids off to school and heading off to work or whatever else is coming up in your day. This is time for you. There is something so special about that time that nobody can get, that this is just for you. So make sure that you use it by not hitting snooze. Alright, so here's what's coming up in this video. We are going to break down a habit loop for you. This is really crucial to understanding how you can change really any habit, is by looking at a habit loop, what you're currently doing, taking down those parts, and then applying a new loop and the new parts of a loop. This is really, really important so that you can break it down and make some changes. Remember, the ultimate goal here is to not hit snooze so that you can have some alone time. That is what matters. I want you to crave the beginning of your day. That time that's only for you. There's something so amazing about craving the start of your day. And we are going to help you with that. Stay tuned for the video because at the very end you'll find out how you have to do this, okay? Alright, so let's break down my previous habit loop so you can understand where I'm coming from. Your habit loop, if you can't quite remember, is a cue, a routine, a reward. These three things help develop how a habit turns. This is based on neuroscience and psychology. So a cue is something that really just triggers the action of your routine to start. So let's think about this in regards to a alarm snoozing. So I would set my alarm. For me, I usually tried to set it at 5 a.m. Then my routine was to hit snooze. Then my reward was a warm, cozy bed. So there wasn't really a whole lot of enticing because I figured, well, at least the bed is comfy out of this. But I would still wake up feeling a little bit agitated that I hadn't done anything for myself and that I was waking up feeling like my kids were bursting in, I was unprepared for the day, and I just knew that there had to be a better way. So next, let's chat about how I overcame this by troubleshooting my habit loop. Alright, let's talk about how I worked on some troubleshooting in order to improve this habit. So what I did is I started with the cue, which had to be the same. That's the alarm going off in the morning. So that part didn't change for me. But my routine, how could I change that hitting snooze, hitting snooze, hitting snooze? So what I did is instead of plugging in that phone right next to my bed, I moved it across the room so that I would now need to walk to it. Secondly, I put some really warm, fuzzy slippers right at my bed so that as soon as I got out of bed, I could put them in and still have that sense of cozy and warmness when I was waking up. And then finally, I practiced it. So then, after I went and turned off the alarm, I really savored some of that alone time. I would play around with reading for a little bit, working out, journaling, trying different habits so that I could see what was most rewarding for me, what made me just enjoy and crave. And honestly, it was just the fun fact of having that time to myself. It was the habit of self-care and spending time working on myself that really did it. I made a new routine and I had a new reward, and presto, I don't hit snooze anymore. Alright, so it's really important that you troubleshoot and you keep track of how your habit is going. You are going to track your habit using a habit tracker, and that is something that can really help you see what's going on. Are you being successful, or are there points that we need to change? This is not about being really critical of yourself and saying, oh, I tried twice, I can't do it. This is about saying, okay, well, I tried this today, but it looks like it really didn't work today, so I didn't check it off in my tracker. So how can I change that for tomorrow? What can I do a little bit better so that I can be more excited for my alone time and that I can work on myself in the morning? So for me, if you'll think back, what I was having trouble with for hitting snooze was that I really loved that warm feeling. So when I tried to change my routine at first, I started by just putting the alarm across the room, but I still wasn't actually getting up very well because I didn't have that component of warmth and coziness for just a few minutes before I started moving into some other things. By adding the slippers part of it, I was able to recreate that coziness part of it. And then secondly, by then moving into kind of a nice, gentle activity, for me, I tried reading and I tried journaling, and that just really helped to give me a few minutes to work on myself and to enjoy that process. So again, this did not develop in 1 or 2 days. This took some time, but I figured it out and I tracked it with the habit tracker so I could troubleshoot what I needed to improve on. A key component to this is going to be believing in yourself. This is making sure that you really have that faith that you can do it. Willpower, as we've learned from some of our prior lessons, is like a muscle. You only have so much of it before it gets all used up. So at the beginning of the day, your muscle, the willpower muscle, is rested. So this is the time to use it on the things that really matter to you to try and accomplish for your day. I don't know if you're like me, but the end of the day with kids and family life and everything going on can get a little bit unpredictable. It's a time where I don't always know whether I'm going to be able to do something for myself. So the start of my day is a predictable time that I know I can spend even just 5 minutes for myself to really feel some sense of fulfillment and personal growth. So if you're having a hard time with that snooze button, just remember, now is the time, believe in yourself, and just crave it. Crave that start of your day and hop to it now. I believe in you. So much of this was just like being willing to practice it. Like there were so many times I kept saying, oh, I have an excuse because my kids are waking up at like unpredictable hours. Oh this, oh that. Finally, I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna try and see what happens, and maybe I'll get up before them, maybe I won't, but at least I will have tried it. If I keep giving myself an excuse, then it's never gonna happen. When I was first trying to get into the habit of not snoozing, I was having a pretty difficult time. I honestly just didn't believe in myself. I kept giving myself excuse after excuse for why I shouldn't be doing it. I used to be a morning person and now I can't do it. I just wasn't willing to try and I wasn't believing in myself. I would hit that snooze over and over again and come up with a new excuse for why I couldn't do it. Until I started to just say, I'm just gonna practice. I'm just gonna try moving the alarm across the room, and I'm just gonna try a little bit harder to make this happen and stop giving myself excuses. And I made it happen. And now I honestly crave that start of the daytime so much because it is time for me and it's time for my growth. So if you find yourself in the same spot where you just keep hitting the snooze, just remember to practice and to believe in yourself, and check out our other video if you need a little bit more motivation and guidance, because we've got it for you. Alright, this is the moment you've been waiting for, why you've been watching this video, and it's to tell you about how to really stop hitting the snooze button. You need an enticing reward. You need something that is going to be so exciting that it gets you out of bed and it makes you feel like you are just craving the start of your day. And that's by creating a reward that just means a lot to you. So I'm going to offer you one way, but remember, you might have a different way. The key is that you find a reward. We have created a reward for you. Our Habit Maker Mama subscription box is giving you that reward and that excitement to start your day. It is giving you a few minutes of alone time so that you just crave waking up in the morning. It's something that you just can't wait to do. So here's what comes in your box. You're going to get a 30-day guided book that will give you a day-by-day activity to work on. Number 2, it will give you a private community of people working on this. This is going to create some accountability so that you can actually say, I woke up today. I'm awesome. I got out of bed and I didn't hit snooze. Number 3, some really fun swag products. So think about cool journals, cool notebooks, cool pens, and way more than that. And then finally, you're going to receive a habit tracker so that you can check off that each of your day you worked on your habit and you did something for you. This is the most important part. This is the craving that you're going to create to help you get out and not hit snooze in the morning. You can do it. I believe in you. Thank you so much for watching today with us. I hope that you found some nice, valuable tips to help you in your habit making. We're always here for you, so don't forget to reach out. You can like and subscribe. You can join our Instagram. We have so many places where you can find us. So we are happy to build habits. Can't wait to see you next week.